Hello again. This is LA Dan. Ralphie. Let's have a little talk here, Ralphie, about your bike and about begging you know, and about jobs and where your job gets the money from and where people get their money from. You see, son, you wanted to take it and throw your bike and compare it to Vic's car and say, I get $1,500 for this and it's worth more than Vic's car. Well, let's take a look here, Ralphie. Number one, no, it's not. I know that Vic paid over $2,000 for that car. Now you want to go and say that Vic's car is like, what, 20 years old? Well, yeah, it's 20 years old. It's lost. When it was new, it probably cost $14,000. As soon as they drove it out of the car dealership, it probably dropped $1,000. Drove it around for what, 20 years? And it seems to be in fairly decent shape there, Ralphie. 20 years later. Now let's take a look at your little electric bike there. Now you said you wanted to say $1,499. Well, that's $1,500. Said they upgraded the batteries in it from acid lead to sealed batteries. Okay, well, that's a okay upgrade. And they threw in hand warmers and a cell phone holder. Oh, damn. That's a big thing. Man, oh man. Did they throw in a helmet too? You see, I live in a state that you ride something like that, you have to have a helmet on. Otherwise, you got to buy that. Now, when I bought my motorcycle, I had to, I didn't buy my helmet. They give me the helmet. But the helmet retailed for $120. They give me a leather jacket. Again, that was over $100. Hell, they even gave me a pair of 24/7 riding glasses. Now that was $200 there that they threw in. But you want to get all excited about the hand warmers and the cell phone holders. Wow. But anyway, I'm getting distracted from my point about values. Now, as soon as you put your John Henry right there on that contract, or even paying cash, that bike dropped $500. There's no way that you'll get $1,500 for that bike right now. If you got 1,000, you would be lucky. Now, let's look a year from now. Let's start looking ahead. A year from now, your bike will have dropped. I'm going to say it'd probably hold its value right in a year from now. Maybe a little under 1,000. Vic's car, still the same price. It didn't drop in value no more. Your bike, it did. Let's look at 2 years. Vic's car, same price. Your scooter, nah, not so much. Then that'll be the time that you're going to need to take it in, buy new batteries from it. Now, you said that they upgraded it to the sealed batteries. Well, they did that because you have to charge your bike inside the house. That way it don't produce toxic fumes when you're charging it. See, I do know something about those sealed batteries that they put in it because my wheelchairs use them. Same batteries. You probably got two 12 volts, 24 volt system. Now, in 2 years, when you have to take it and go replace the batteries are worth more than the bike. Then you're going to have to take it and scratch your balls and go, what do? I can't go anyplace because it keeps dying. So I got to replace the batteries. Oh, maybe I go trade it in. What do you think they're going to give you for that? Maybe $500. Vic go trade in his car. I bet he'd get at least $1,500 for it, or $2,000. But even if he didn't, his car is still worth the same amount of money. Your bike, if you still had fairly decent battery life in them, you might get $500. So you wanting to sit there and brag about, about the value of your bike compared to Vic's car? Your bike lost. Now, your hot box that you got on the back of it that you got all taped up and everything. Mr. Hot Dog Man. If you're going out spending all this money to go feed the homeless, why didn't you go take it and get a new one? Oh, you can't afford that? But you can afford the new bike. And then you say you didn't get donations, you went and bought it. That way you could go deliver those hot dogs. Then you want to take and start talking about begging for money on YouTube. Well, I got news for you, Ralphie. Whoever you work for, where do you think they get their money from? Begging to other people to get money to be able to pay your lazy ass. You see how that works, Ralph? So no matter what you do, you're begging your employer for money, but you call it work. You don't think the people on YouTube don't work at what they're doing and people taking them, pay them for the work that they're doing? So you're wanting to take and blow bullshit up somebody's ass, and it's not going to work. You see, you beg your employer begs the people that they're selling to, or whatever they're doing, to get money, to make money. That's the way it works, Ralph. But you're not looking at it that way. You're only looking at it, people, you're thinking that are begging and not working hard, where you think that you're actually working hard. And on top of that, you keep asking people for money, for donations, to take and go feed the homeless. Well, in your definition, that's begging, Ralph. Any way you want to look at it, Ralphie, that's begging. And being that you're not a 501c company, you have to pay taxes on that money. Don't forget about that either. See, the people that you call begging for money, they have to pay taxes on it. Just like your employer has to pay taxes on the money that he gets. Then pay your lazy ass. Are you seeing the theme here there, Ralphie? Then you want to say the interweb is getting out of hand. Why are you blaming the internet? You're just a dumb piece of shit. The internet has nothing to do with it. It's the people. Don't blame something that people are doing. See, that's like blaming the gun for the crime. Guns don't do crime. People do crime. So, and then you want to talk about Google took out $1.99 out of your account, and you wanted to find out why. Well, why did they take it out, Ralphie? You never said. Oh, you want to talk about somebody else, that they don't have a bank account. And his mommy took it and kicked his ass out. Well, I'm sorry, Ralphie. Do you know that for sure that he don't have a bank account? I mean, really? You know, and I love when people taking to start comparing, I play chess and not checkers. Well, here's a little fun fact for you, Ralphie. You can't play chess without ever playing checkers. Because in reality, checkers is a lot harder. People just think it's simple, but it's not. Because you have to think about the moves, just like you are with chess, except for that you got chess pieces that can move different directions all the time. Checkers, you don't until you get kinged. Then you can move any direction that you want to. Oh, wait a minute. Did I use the word king? Isn't there a king in chess? And the goal is to capture the king? Interesting how all that plays out, Ralphie. See, Ralphie, you really need to think ahead more about when you're talking, but I know you can't do that. Anyway, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and leave a comment. This is LA Den, signing out.